Hello truckers and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. It's a Friday and currently in game it's raining, and in game it's actually a Monday. So a rainy Monday, that's not a good way to start the work week in ATS, but luckily it's just a simulator. Hopefully everyone's Friday is going well. Thanks for being here like always. I see all the usual names: Formidable, Branding, Bob, John, welcome. We are actually in Kansas City, and I already got myself a load. I think we're going to Pittsburg, Kansas to start the day. So we're going to get started on that here pretty soon. I did update the coast-to-coast map. Once again, there's been another update. This will be the second update since the Missouri DLC came out. I think it's just a little bit more fine-tuned on the roads connecting Missouri to the coast-to-coast map, I do believe. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get some jobs done today. Let me go ahead and just get that all set like that. All right. Let's fire up the engine. Yep, Cindy's over there. She's ready to go. We got a full tank of fuel. Wait, park and brake. The game updated again, so I actually had to teleport back to where we were because I did want to go back into the caves over here to get ourselves a job. Get behind this RV. And we'll head into the tunnel where it's not raining. Hello, Crystal, and welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday. Can I just go in here, or is that a place I can go in? I assume that's a place. That might be a place where I just come out. Actually, where is... Yeah, I think going around this way would be the best way to go, looking at it. Ooh, lights out. Turn off my wipers. Oh, well, since the game reset, I wonder if my lights are on or off. My lights are probably off again. Yes, they are. Let's turn on the lights. Also, the real company names had an update, and I think now this is called Subtropolis, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, just be aware coming into these tunnels. There is AI traffic that roams around in here, so just don't be barreling around at top speed. My trailer is up here on the right-hand side, apparently. Somewhere. Oh, there it is. There's our trailer. But the chat is currently unavailable. Don't know why that is there. Don't need that. Don't need that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Boy, the sounds of everything inside the cave is pretty darn good. The way they got it echoing and all that kind of stuff sounds really, really good. They did a nice job on that. Alright, now I just gotta get myself out of here. So we're not going too far. I do have in case you have not seen it, I did complete the Cruising Missouri event, so not really getting involved with that. Wait, was there an exit? Yes, exit here. We'll follow the other truck out of here. Stop. We'll think about it. No, I don't see any trucks coming, so we're good. Oh yeah, we should be honking the horn for good luck, right? Over the tracks. And back out into the rain, I do believe. And away we go. Well, speed limit's only 30 miles an hour here. Ooh, I do hear a train coming. You don't want to upset me. Not sure what you're referring to, but it takes a lot to upset me. I may not approve of what people say or whatever, but you're not going to upset me about anything, really. I've said it before, I got pretty thick skin. So we'll see what happens today. I can see we're at 110,000 in the bank account, which means if things go pretty good today, we might be able to afford to get ourselves another truck in the St. Louis garage. Hello, Nick. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday. I was actually thinking about taking a load going down to Florida for today. Because it has been a while since I've been on the coast-to-coast map. And some people probably would like to, may not be familiar with the coast-to-coast map. I mean, they may be aware of it, but they may not have seen some of the work that's been done on the coast-to-coast map. Oh, I didn't check the World of Trucks webpage this morning before I logged in to see how the community is doing for the Cruising Missouri event. Like I said, I got my personal goals done. But as far as the community, I'm not too sure. Bus, you want to get across the road? Thank you. Looks like the rain's coming to a halt. Oh, my wipers are still on. Turn off wipers. There we go. Am I doing the Florida Keys or just Florida? I have no idea. It all depends on when we get to Pittsburg, what we find for loads. It may not even be a load even going to Florida. So I'm not getting paid a whole lot for this trip, but for a short little journey, I think $829 is pretty good. Total so far is 56 million miles. So almost halfway there. We need to get a move on for the community. We only got 2 more months to go. Feels like I've been over this bridge since Missouri came out, maybe like a half dozen times already. So Pittsburg is just on down the road. Of course, when I say just on down the road, I mean, it's 100 miles at least. Kind of forget this going through here is only 45. We'll set the cruise control because it's 45 just seems way too slow. But I get it. All these interchanges. I mean, we'll see if we get lucky enough to get a job down to the Keys of Florida. We have been there before, but it's been a while. I think I might actually be taking this exit. Now get my butt over to at least the middle lane. Although it looks like I gotta take another interchange up here. So I think I'm gonna get all the way over to the right. Okay, so I don't really want that interchange. I want the next one. The next loop-de-loop. If I can get a second to get like on some kind of straightaway, I can keep my eye on chat a little bit more. You planning to get... Oh, hang on a second. You planning to get, old school heavy hauler? Not even aware of what that is. This truck in front of me needs a push. Alright, maybe I'll just stay here for a moment. Looks like he might be gaining speed. Maybe he's got a heavy load. Yeah, glad I gave him a second to get up to speed. Because now he's going to haul away from me. If we do have if we do get a long delivery out of Pittsburgh, I'll probably just fast forward time to the morning. Since I kind of gotten away since we've been doing the streams the past week and a half of driving from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. But I'm definitely going to try to avoid driving at night, though. So in about a couple minutes, we should be into Pittsburg, Kansas. Looks like I see my destination on the GPS showing up now. I did have a check at my World of Trucks profile for achievements. And there's 2 achievements I have not achieved yet, and they both have to do with external contracts. One of them I'm getting kind of close to, well, I shouldn't say kind of close. But one of the achievements is called Driving to the Moon. I have done enough external contracts where I've driven halfway towards the moon, apparently. 75 is the speed limit. When doing external contracts, the fastest speed that you can do, the game will allow you to do, is 65. So the speed limit can be 90. The game's only going to let me do 65. Any old school truck can do heavy hauling with it. I mean, I do heavy hauling with the trucks I have. But I try to stay away from, if you're talking about like modded old trucks, I try to stay away from modded trucks a little bit, because if the mods don't ever get updated, then it financially it kind of hurts me a little bit, being realistic economy, because I just don't have tons of cash to throw around either. Oh, looks like I'm probably delivering to this construction site over here. Trying to have a peek around here to see where I gotta drop it off at. Well, sometimes we don't know. You put the truck in park and you have a look. Oh, over here. There we go. That's where it needs to go. Way too far on that passenger side. Park and brake, engine, decouple. Hello, Hal, welcome. Have you ever done a 3-day driving mission before? I mean, I don't remember how many days it was. But if we look at the map, in case some people aren't familiar with the USA map, I think the longest drive I've done in this series, I took a load, I want to say it was either from Seattle or Tacoma. We took a load from Seattle, and we did drive all the way down to Palm Coast, Florida. I want to say that was like almost like a 4-day trip. Somewhere around there. Hello, Liz, and also hello, Fat Clemenza. Also, Shag Roll, I see you in chat as well. Welcome. Yes, so let's go to Freight Market. And this won't be an external contract because if I want to go to Florida, well, external contracts can only be on the SES states. So we're going to look at Freight Market and we'll see what we got out of Pittsburg. Texas, Nebraska, Texas, Arkansas, Texas, California. Well, there's one to my home state, but that's the northern part isn't done well over too well. Virginia, Kansas. Well, maybe I take one to Arkansas, and maybe I'll get one there. But if I'm going to stay in the States or on the SES maps, let me do external contracts. See if I can get one going to Arkansas or something like that. Jefferson City, Missouri. I suppose we could do one like this. Let's see if I can get one going to Arkansas, though. There's got to be something going to Arkansas. There's too many jobs here. Ooh, a tandem trailer, which I have not driven in a while. We'll do a tandem. Got a short distance to go to get there, only 10 miles. I tried to not take tandems too much, only because when I go to deliver them, they're pretty much just pulled in parking areas, and I like the challenge of backing up my trailer into a snug little location. Let's try to avoid speeding tickets today. Looks like I've been to this company before. GPS is showing I've been down this road. Oh wait, the company's on the right-hand side, I think. Yes, it is. Is this where I'm going in? Well, hopefully it's out back. Somewhere? There is a trailer here from you, right? Oh, there it is. Oh, Mr. Kingpin. Not by much, but it's there. You see, Farm Sim 1.7 update broke things again. From what I hear, Farming Simulator right now is not... I think they created more issues again than they fixed. Hello, Skender. Welcome. So, probably won't get there until just a little bit after dark, but we'll do a little night driving. I'm going to sneak out here. Well, as much as a truck and a tandem trailer can sneak out. What do I got here anyways? 39,000 pounds of furniture. It's not a whole lot. No more bale launching. See, I think that's something they probably should have kept in the game, but I realize they're trying to... I guess they're trying to keep it somewhat realistic, and bale launching is something... Oop, that's too low of a gear. I would say most of the community would have loved to see the bale launching stay in the game. on. Come on, red car. When it comes to a red car, we know who's driving. But not only did patch 1.7 come out, yesterday? There was an update to the patch today. So I guess I'm kind of glad I haven't been playing Farming Simulator the last 2 days. And no more getting a full yield in the second stage of grass cutting. Well, in a way, I'm kind of glad about that. I mean, it's good that we're getting a full yield on the second, the first harvest stage in Farming Simulator. But now it's going to make me just cut the grass every 3 months instead of every 2. So it kind of reduces the amount of times I got to cut grass per year. Only 116 miles to where we're going. And then fingers crossed I can get a load going down to Florida at least. Doesn't have to be the Keys, but get me down to Florida. Maybe as I get closer we can get one down to the Keys. That car's got tinted windows. Hello, Mr. Ulrich. Welcome. Wasn't expecting cars to be turning into the truck stop, but am I going down a road I have not been down before? Oops, stop sign. Hello, North. Hope you're having a good Friday so far. I'm sure when I get back into playing Farming Simulator on, I think, Monday, I'll figure out everything that's broken or not broken and go from there. Well, there's a Wasuma State Trooper. Now, don't you dare pull in front of me, dude. Looks like we're getting back into Missouri. As the sun sets. Oop. I'm sure the town loves me using the Jake brake when I go to the city. Actually, it's kind of nice to see the sun setting in ATS. The only time I really get to see it is when I do the winter mod. Oh, I forgot to see if the spring mod was updated. Or had an update. What's the goal? The goal is to get from point A to point B. That's pretty much it. Oh, Corey T couldn't find a job. Corey, how could you not find a job, man? I am hauling furniture, that's all I know. I usually don't really ever care about how much money I'm making for the trip. Not anymore, I don't anyways. Company does that for me. So the goal is get from point A to point B without having any traffic fines, accidents. Which I'm sure I'm going to because I'm trying to read chat as I drive. Seen some comments on the internet of complaining that Giants broke some mods. Guess they don't understand how things work. I mean, yeah, that's not. I really agree with you on that, Branding. It's not Giants' thing to deal with the mods. It's their game. They're gonna fix the problems they have with their game, and mods are that. Maybe, I think some people forget mods stand for modifications. Let me scooch on over here. Apparently you don't cut grass on the second pass now. You have to wait for the third stage. Well, if it's like the way it should have been, you can still cut grass in the first harvest stage. You're just not going to get the max yield as you would if you wait until the third stage. Some will still argue that you get more grass if you cut it in the first stage every time. Unless they really completely changed it. Again, I haven't logged into Farm Sim since I ended the stream a couple days ago. Taking a little bit of a break from Farm Sim. Where am I going with this? Springdale. Alright, so I am going to Springdale. Just another 34 miles. We'll drop this off. We'll advance time to 6 a.m. and see if we can get a load going to Florida. Or in that general direction anyways. Hello, Arkansas. We just crossed the state line. Construction zone. Alright, what lane is closed, if any? Looks like my lane's closed. Don't do it. Alright, that truck. I was worried about that truck just merging on over. Oh, wait, this is my exit. Oh, we got a green light. What company am I going to? Going to Lowe's. Which is right here. Ooh, they got a Burger King here. That'll be good for a late time snack. Looks like I'm going out back with it. I'm just trying to get lined up for dropping off a tandem trailer. Had a peek around the corner to see where I needed to go. Ding. There we go. Park and brake, engine decouple. Now that the Wasika map came out, I have a good excuse to buy the Nexec pack. I think even with a big map, I don't think I would use anything from that pack. I mean, eventually I probably will try it just because. Because it's there. So I'll probably will try at some point. Have you worked in construction in real life? Not road construction, no. Let's go ahead and just going to advance through the morning. So let me go ahead and do this. What are we at for money-wise? We're at 132,000. And we wake up with 147,000. All right, so not that much of an increase. So there's my cruising Missouri. You can see I'm done. Does it actually tell me here how well we're doing? As a community? Can I see that from inside here? No, we cannot. See, I probably got to go to the World of Trucks website, but John told us earlier that we're like at 56 million or so. So if I want to go down to Florida, we got to just take regular freight. There's one to Virginia. There's one down to Louisiana. Another one to Virginia. Oh, Key West. There we go. We got one going to Florida. So there you go. Robert wanted one, and Robert, you lucked out. We got a load going from Springdale down to Key West, Florida. So, of course, we are going to take it. It needs to be there by Friday midday. What day is it? It's a Tuesday, so it gives me Wednesday, Thursday. Sorry, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's like 4 days. So that's not a problem. We're going to be hauling grain. All right, set GPS. Well, Robert, you want to go to the Florida Keys? We're going to the Florida Keys. Carl P. couldn't find a job and returned. Yeah. Carl P. again. I mean, to actually find a job going to the Florida Keys in the town that I'm in, I'm actually... That'd be almost like me wishing in Farming Simulator. I hope this exact combine comes up for sale on the sale page in the next 12 hours, and it does. Oh, I probably should... Let me quickly check the map here. Is there some place to fuel up on the way? No, well, there was a place to fuel up there. I probably got enough fuel to get through until the rest of the day, I think. I'm going to say, I'm alone at an intersection at a stoplight. Someone want to join me? And that driver was like, I'll come up and join you at the intersection. So I do hope, hopefully, that we're going to be all set going from Arkansas onto the coast-to-coast map. I think we should be fine. But if we fall through the map, then we'll take care of it. I think I'm going to the building on the left. Guess it doesn't matter which one I go through. Hopefully the load is still here. I kind of forgot with... kind of forgot with the regular freight. It may not be here by the time I get here. Freight market. Yep, still there. Yep, so we're going down to the Keys. Let's take the job. Cindy, do you see it? Because I'm not seeing it currently. Over to the right somewhere. Oh, there it is. Try to do it at an angle. That wasn't smart. And maybe when I get down to Florida Keys, me and Cindy are going to take a mini vacation on the beach. So it's only a 1,500 mile trip, so it's not that far. This feels like it weighs a little bit. 43,000 pounds. So a little bit more than average. We got a chopper in the sky, which means there's an accident, so let's move over to the left lane. Or an accident, or someone getting pulled over. Man, I've been doing so many external contracts, I'm kind of used to only being restricted to 65, but now I got to be careful of keeping the throttle down because I can do as fast as I please. Let's get on the interstate here and start chewing down these miles. Alright, looks like I'm not staying on this interstate too long. I need to get over another lane. So maybe after I finish this trip, we'll have enough money. $150,000, that might be enough to buy a truck anyways, but I like to get trucks with a decent chassis and horsepower and gearbox for them to drive around. And if you are wondering, it does matter, according to SCS, it does matter when buying trucks for your drivers, what type of loads they can take. I was going to say there's a fuel depot right there, but it's actually not one I can go to. It's not showing on the GPS. It's for cars only, apparently. So shouldn't have to worry about getting there by our deadline. me guess, it's going to be 40 miles an hour all the way through on this road, or what? Oh, good. Looks like the rain's letting up a little bit. Oops, sorry, car in that left lane. Hello, Farmer G, welcome. What kind of truck I might think about I'm going to get? It's not going to be for myself. It's going to be for my workers in St. Louis. And I think the St. Louis dealership is Western Star, so we'd be buying a Western Star for a worker. $55 or $75? We got ourselves a Freightliner, is what we're driving. Just got the Freightliner right after Missouri came out. We swapped it out. We were driving a Kenworth T680. I need to get in that left-hand lane. Go back to the Kenworth. I think all the trucks are good in their own way. I understand that everyone's going to have their favorite type of truck. I don't really have a favorite type of truck. I like switching it out and driving all the type of trucks. Yeah, if you want to see the truck, that's what we're driving. Hey, let me get on this interstate here. I am terrible driving third person in ATS. But that's our Freightliner. My light didn't turn green, did it? Nope, still red. Looks nice and shiny. I used to drive third person all the time when I started playing Euro Truck Sim back in 2012. And then when ATS came out and I got the Track IR system, I started driving first person, and I can't go back to third person. It's just, ugh. I'm terrible at it. And the funny thing is, I drive like in Farm Sim, I drive mostly in third person, not much in first person. That's a loan payment. Everyone relax. I didn't hit nothing. That's not a speeding ticket. We're still fine. Really haven't had a chance to look at the billboards today. What do we got for billboards? Quality car. Ooh, hopefully I'm supposed to be going this way. Wasn't paying attention. Yes, we are. Got lucky there at the last second. Speed limit's only 60 through here apparently, so let's ease her down a bit. And I'll move over here. All right, Fat Clemenza, thanks for dropping on in today. Appreciate you being here. Well, speed limit has increased, so we shall as well. Kind of the good thing, though, about when we were doing the Cruising Missouri event was with the short journeys, it would give me a little time to catch up on chat when I was dropping off deliveries or, you know, unloading or loading. longer deliveries, I'm not going to have as much time to look over and read that much chat. Yeah, it's nice when you see a driver level up. We're up to 168,000. Ooh, that's a good delivery by Oscar, 9,500. Ouch. Yep, I was reading chat. Only 5% damage on that. Right lane ends? Why does the right lane end? Ooh. Traffic jam. What? Wait, why was that truck backing up? Now the white car is backing up. Good there wasn't a copper in sight. I nicked the guardrail. I don't think I heard the cargo. Not the cargo, the trailer, all that's good. Need to get back into a rhythm now. Thought there was a truck on the left right-hand side of me, but apparently not. I haven't been over this bridge before? Where the heck are we on the map where I haven't been over this bridge before? Oh, we are technically on the coast-to-coast map because now we are approaching, we are now in Tennessee. So for those who have not seen the coast-to-coast map before, really the southern states are done over rather well. But mostly they have worked on the southern states on the way up to Virginia and Maryland. But like the Northeast and the northern states, they're okay. What button you using for bringing up the job menu in truck? Someone's got to help you out there. All of my keys are bound to my steering wheel and my shifter, so I have no idea what those keys are. But yeah, we are now technically on the coast-to-coast map. So everything you see here is well, it's part of the mod of Coast to Coast. Looks like I'm taking the next exit. I mean, I've been through Tennessee quite a bit. I'm surprised I haven't taken this particular road. The Florida Keys? Yeah, we're headed towards the we're going to the Florida Keys. I think we're going to the furthest point in Florida that we can go to. I've been to the Keys a couple of times, but it's been a long time, and Bob said, hey, can we go to the Keys? And somehow, by luck, we found a job going right to the Florida Keys. We are now entering Mississippi. Hello, Mississippi. Apparently we're going uphill. I can feel it. Happiness is a choice, and I prefer Pepsi myself, thank you. So in a sense, what you're seeing is first time I've seen it, because I have not been on this road. And the good news is we went from the SCS maps onto the coast to coast. We didn't fall to the map. So everything was good there. Don't know if anyone is from around Mississippi, so I'm not sure exactly how well this is portrayed. But apparently I've been on this part of the road before. Also, if you're kind of new to the game, I know there are a few people that are kind of new. Yeah, GPS will lead the way for you. If you want to change the route you're going to, you can just go into the map and change pin locations, and you can take your own particular route if you want to. We got a way station coming up. Been a while since I've been here, so I'll probably get pulled in. Yeah. We know where to stop. Vehicle's not in perfect state. Yeah, I may have hit a guardrail about 100 miles back. Did they clear traffic for me to merge back onto the interstate? Looks like they did. I remember the early days of ATS. I think it was in Nevada. Oh, we're in Alabama now. In the northern part of Vegas, you get pulled into a way station, and yeah, the merging from the way station onto the interstate was not much, and the speed limit there is 80, and sometimes it took forever to find an opening just to get your truck out there. Wait, how much you do get fined if you don't put in the weight? Oh, if you don't pull into the weigh station? With realistic economy, I want to say it's like $400 or something like that if you don't pull into a weigh station. I think it's 400. With the realistic economy, does a whole bunch of things with the money, so it changes the pricing of quite a few things from the base game. I was texting and driving. Not so much texting, more of reading a text, which is what you guys are typing. Hello, Denard. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday. Whenever we finally do quit for the day, and I don't want to be driving at nighttime because, well, I mean, I can drive at night, but we're not going to see a whole lot. We'll be getting ourselves a truck and a driver, I do believe. Oh, we got ourselves our 4-lane interstate. Looks like I'm merging to the left, though. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm actually going... That was me. I think I hit John. I think that was John I hit. John, I apologize. Alright, there's my accident. I gotta stop reading chat. Hello, Anita, and welcome. John, I'll give you my insurance later on. We'll be good. I'll even buy you a fresh pair of underwear, too. Atlanta. Yes, we gotta head towards Atlanta. Still didn't cause no damage to the trailer or the cargo. Can I get over to that lane until I gotta wait for this car to get on through? $75. I haven't driven 75 in a while. Hello, Arctic. Welcome. I think I'll call that a pond. Don't think it's big enough to be a lake, although there's some yachts on there. The Cosa River? Not sure if that's how it's pronounced. Okay, so it's a river. Again, we are on now the coast-to-coast map. We have left Missouri, and last I knew we were in Alabama. I do get comments once in a while in the series, like when I talk about the coast-to-coast map. I do get a few comments here and there, people saying the coast-to-coast map is very bland. And that kind of gets me a little bit, seeing how much work the modder has put into the coast-to-coast map. You compare what he has done with a coast-to-coast map compared to what SCS has given us after 10 years of states. And the area that he covers for doing the coast-to-coast map, so I think it's some pretty good work. Yeah, the northern parts are not that exciting to look at, but it does give you more areas to drive. And in the early days of ATS, when we just had California, Nevada, and Arizona, getting the other lower 48 states to drive around in, that was huge. I think we're entering another state here. Alright, we are now in Georgia. Alright, 5 o'clock. We're definitely not going to get there before the end of the day. Cindy, let's get Cindy to work here. Where are we going to stop? I would like to find a rest area on the interstate that we're on. How far is that? Ooh, that's another 4 hours. Yeah, I don't think we want to be driving another 4 hours. Or I could just stop. Well, that's just a workstation. I don't want to go into town either. Maybe this right here. So instead of going around Atlanta and down the 475, we will detour, come down here, and we will calculating route. What? Is there a way not to get there? Oh, there's no... Wait, I should be able to get there. Should be able to come off this road here. Come on down. I have never had this calculating route thing circle for a minute. Well, I'll give it a second. What do you mean by get Cindy to work? Just role playing. It's usually Cindy's job to find us a rest area for the night. That's all she does with her tablet over there. She's supposed to maintain my books. Why am I getting calculating route on this? I never had this happen before. How about if I do this? Alright, so maybe because I couldn't get into the gas station? Alright, so it must be kind of something weird about that. Maybe I can't cross here? You American people, is there a real place called Texarkana? No, there is a place called Texarkana. Actually, it should be on this map. It is part of Texas. Texarkana, right there. Texarkana. Because the city is kind of on it's on the state line of Texas and Arkansas, so it's called Texarkana. So I don't think I got that much farther to go to get to that rest area. I'm really just fueling up, and I'm not going to actually hit the sleep button. I'm just going to advance time because I got my fatigue turned off. Hey, I'm running out of fuel. We'll be fine on fuel. Well, like I said, I might be shocked when I can't get to that gas station. Maybe there's a barrier going across the lanes where I won't be able to just turn into the fuel station. Oh, we got some logging going on down here, it appears. Wait, did that cop car just run into the back of that truck? Did you see that? It's not just me ramming into people. It's the cops doing the same thing. And so for the people that say the coast-to-coast map is kind of bland, look at this interchange they put in here. And I think for those who haven't seen Florida before in ATS, you're going to be pleasantly surprised what that has to offer. Trying to see how, is it just an exit? So yeah, let's get all the way over. Didn't know if it was going to be an exit off the right, or was this going to be like a regular intersection? Alright, I can see the fuel pumps up ahead. You're watching Smoking the Bandit, and that's where I got the idea for a real Texarkana. Texarkana does exist. Let's get ourselves some diesel. And we're going to be doing a few things while we're here. So the realistic fuel prices mod is working again. I think it was last stream as well. But apparently diesel in, we're in Georgia, is $3.64 per gallon. This is what the drive looks like. Are you saying this is what Georgia looks like in general? Alright, so I got $178. $178,000. If I had $178, I don't think I can pay for this fuel. Let's go ahead and do services, truck dealers. And what I'd like to do is get the brand truck for the same city that we have the garage in. So our garage is in St. Louis. We're going to buy online. And yeah, we'll just start off with this one right here. Or we'll start off with this one right here. We'll customize. So I do like to give him a 6x4. Alright, if I give him a 6x4, it's going to change a few things. Yeah, we'll change it again. Why not? Give him a 200 gallon. Engine-wise, really, we go from a 425 up to a 600? Yeah, those stats are looking good over here. No more cargo, heavy cargo. That is all looking pretty good. And for a transmission, right now they got a 10 speed. I'll give them a... Can I give them a 13 speed with a retarder? That is some... That's a pretty good truck right there. Oh, wait. Normal cargo went way down. Ooh, normal cargo went way down. Why was that? Yeah, we'll do that. That jumped up the price quite a bit, 163. Let's jump them back down to the 6x4 with a 200. Heavy cargo is maxed out. Hill traverse is pretty good. Maneuverability is about half. Normal cargo is what it is. And paint job I really don't care about. Apparently that's black. That does not look black. We'll go with green. I don't think they need anything else special. What's the price now? 146. I still got the 13 speed retarder in there. I gave him the 605. Oh, there we go. Now we got some 500s down here. That engine is 41,000, which is cheaper than some of these Caterpillar ones. But that helped out with the normal cargo a little bit better, and the heavy cargo came down a bit. 151. I think we'll just get this one right here, so we'll confirm the changes. And we'll purchase it, and this will be going up to the St. Louis garage. All right, now, of course, we need ourselves a driver. And we're looking for someone that has at least a point in long distance. Like this guy. Jura? I think I would pronounce it Jura. Sure, why not? He's the first one on the list, so he's going to be the one that gets hired. All right, another driver on the road. Let me go ahead and pull forward a bit so I can pay for this fuel. All right, hang on a second. Now we're going to park here, turn off the engine. And yeah, instead of sleeping, I'm just going to go ahead and advance time. To 6 o'clock in the morning. So right now it's Tuesday, so it should be Wednesday at 6 a.m. Which we are at. And we wake up with $60,000 in the bank account, which is nice. And seems like the last few mornings I waking up, we got some rain. I did get my transmissions I always get for my workers and myself always has a retarder in it. So I did have a retarder. So, kind of know now I need about 160,000 to get ourselves trucks for the St. Louis garage. So another 100,000 we can buy a third truck. Can turn right on red. Hello, Mr. Anderson. Welcome. How about if I put it actually in third gear? $785 miles. I think I can stretch that to get it all done in the same in this day. Alright, got another work zone up ahead. I mean, this load does not need to be there until Friday. Kind of interesting to see how even on side roads on the map down here are done over nicely, in my opinion. Eventually we'll get back on the interstate somewhere. I think we're hauling grain. Yeah, it just says 43,000 pounds of grain. That's all I know. Doesn't say what type of grain, but it's just grain. It must be going uphill. And now we're going to be getting back on the interstate that we were on last evening before I darted off so I can get to a fuel station that wasn't too far out. Seems like I'm taking a lot of roads I have not taken before in coast to coast, which... yeah, it has been a while since I've been down to the Florida Keys. So maybe some things have been changed. Have you ever driven down the road without hooking up the trailer? Not sure if you're asking me, Farmer G, or not. I'm not quite sure. Are you asking, have I ever taken off without forgetting to load up the trailer? I don't think I've ever forgotten the trailer. That's kind of a key importance of driving a truck, I think. Or I'm just not understanding the question. Or maybe the question wasn't even aimed at me. I have no idea. But I mean, I've never forgotten a trailer. I've dropped off a trailer a couple times so I could travel somewhere to look at something. Actually, we did that last week. I was at the quarry in Missouri, and I dropped off my trailer because I couldn't... there was a road that we found. So I dropped off the trailer so I can go investigate the road. So we're not too far before we get into Florida. All right, we'll set the cruise control. Traffic seems to be picking up going down into Florida on a Wednesday morning. I probably shouldn't be in the middle lane. That's the way my driving's been today. Well, now I'm just in the right-hand lane. Not sure if I crossed into the Florida state line yet. I may have missed it. Another loan payment. Still $6,012, so the rain's coming to an end. So I will be getting almost $5,000 for this delivery, so that's nice. And there's the Welcome to Florida sign. And a way station. Oh, they gave me the green light. Florida is nice. Florida is real nice. Am I playing with two screens or three? Well, the game is on one screen. My other screen has the YouTube live feed, so I can make sure everything's going good there along with chat. And I do have a third screen for my email and Discord and that kind of informational stuff. So I got three screens. third screen was a kind donation from Storefern, which some of you probably know. Welcome to your estate. So all the traffic I had around me, that's kind of cleared up. Good night, Skender. Enjoy the rest of your... What's today? Friday. Today is Friday, is it not? Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Friday. And hope you have a good Saturday as well. I can see, though, when I stream ATS, I got to find a little bit better way to... The chat on the other screens, it's a little bit too far over. And it can make it difficult to try to keep up and read chat while driving here. Not sure where that big building is there, or what it's supposed to be. Yeah, our drivers are really doing very well for themselves nowadays, compared to the early days in this series. In the early days, I was happy if they would bring in over $1,000. Now, most of them are bringing over $5,000. And we just keep adding more trucks and drivers to the fleet. Used to take about 30 or 40 episodes before I can afford to get a new truck. And now it's like every week we can get ourselves a truck. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on with the traffic up here? Another way station. Give me the green light. Thank you very much. Although I'm having a flashback. There's a way station here in Florida that's kind of tricky to get to. I think I've missed it twice when coming to Florida. Because it's not where you think it would be. I think I'm going towards Orlando. So if you have not been to Florida before on the coast-to-coast map, this is what you can expect to see. Wait a minute, what lane? This lane. What city are you looking for? I'm not sure if that city is on here. I mean, it may not show up on the map. Yeah, I don't see it on the map itself. Yeah, so I don't see that. I mean, it may be. I mean, it may be when I'm driving through, you may see signs that say that city's there, but who's the lady? That's Cindy over there. She handles my bookkeeping and finds us rest areas and. If my books are wrong, she's at fault. Am I really that much faster than everyone else? Apparently no one else wants to go the speed limit, or they're all getting to go off the off-ramp, maybe. Does she always ride with me? Cindy always has to be over there. I took her going back a long time ago. But there was, I think it was the International 9900i when that came into the game. And I bought that truck, and the mod where Cindy is from was not compatible with the truck. And I drove a couple of episodes without Cindy, and so many comments came in saying Cindy's got to come back. So Cindy, yes, always rides with us, or else I'll see a lot of comments saying, "Where's Cindy? Bring Cindy back." So Cindy's got to always be over there. Hello, Jim. Hope you're having a good Friday, and hope you're having a good lunch. So we are going out to the furthest spot that we can on the Florida Keys. And it has been a while since I've been there. All right, now we should be able to get there in this in-game day. It says we're going to get there just before 8 o'clock. But if it happens to get too late before it says we're going to get there, then I'll probably sleep till morning or something because, yeah, everyone's going to want to see what the Florida Keys look like. How far are we to Miami? 136 miles to Miami. Like it when there's not a whole lot of traffic around me. So as you can see, Florida on the coast-to-coast map has, I want to say it was maybe one of the first states that they really did over on the coast-to-coast map. I could be wrong on that. And also, the coast-to-coast map wasn't all done by just one person, even though one person does most of the work. There's been a handful of people that helped out throughout the years. I feel like I've been tailgating this car long enough. Wait, are you saying Cindy could be my wife? Heck no. She sleeps in the top bunk in the back. Oh, clear over there, Cindy? She says so. Pretty soon here, we're going to be back over $100,000. Actually, we're almost down to the Keys. We only got 150 miles to go. And looks like we are entering Miami here pretty soon. Everyone put on their party hats. Key West, that's where we got to head. I feel like traffic is going to pick up here a little bit. Ooh, a stoplight. Was not expecting a stoplight coming up. Glad I wasn't looking over at chat when that happened. Airport to the right. Well, we're going to the Keys, though. If I remember, we got to go over a couple of bridges. I mean bridges. They are bridges. We'll definitely be spending the night in the Keys because we're going to be getting there just as the sun sets. So it's almost like a perfect setup, getting to the Keys as the sun sets. Coming up on Key Largo. There's the beautiful Atlantic Ocean, at least the beginning of it. Wonder what kind of a photo opportunity this might be. Sometimes you never know. Although the shadows are not on my side for taking a good picture of the Atlantic Ocean. Although if I go ahead and switch to the morning hours, oh, not that part of the morning. Not the best photo opportunity. Although the other side might have been a little bit better to look at. Yeah, this is definitely different, I think, since the last time I've been down here. Don't quite remember this. And also the GPS is saying I have not been here. At least I think it's saying I have not been on this particular part. Yeah, I definitely think they've reworked the Florida Keys. I'm going to say in real time, in real life, it's probably been about 2 years since I've driven down to here. That's one place of recruitment agency right on the beach. Oh, no. That wasn't me looking at chat, that was me looking at the scenery. Pass with care. I don't think I'll be passing anyone. So if you're wondering where we are, we're headed, we're in the state of Florida, headed on down to the Florida Keys. And yeah, they've definitely done this over since I've last been here. that what I'm calling Cindy? Scenery? I was looking at the ocean. Yeah, looks like they've added some towns going down to the Keys, because I would have discovered them before. At least we do have a fuel stop down here if we need it. Which I may do on the way back, but it's on the wrong side of the road. Not sure why that cop is over there with their lights on. Wait, are we all merging down to one lane here? Is that what's going on? Yes. Alright, we'll let that trucker go. Seven-mile bridge. Is that like the Seven Bridges Road? If you know the reference, you know the reference. Fun part is when I get this delivery done down here, hopefully we got a load going somewhere that's relatively in a decent location. How about a photo opportunity here? I think this one might be a better location. Let's see what we can get for a good photo of looking at the harbors. I wish in photo mode we could just zoom back a little bit more, have more free range on the camera. I mean, the sun setting is good. Let's see what happens if I change the time of day a little bit. Like I said, if I got to get the light just right. Never hurts to take a photo. Yeah, in case you didn't know, when taking photos, I think I mentioned this last time, if you hit the space bar, that brings up that little other options. You can change the time of day. You can change the weather. So, I mean, if it's raining in game, but you want a sunny photo, you can change the weather, time of day. Just 17 more miles to go to our destination, which is like we're going to the furthest destination we can go. Yeah, this is definitely done over completely since the last time I've been down to the Keys. It's like another airport on the left-hand side. Would be kind of cool if we actually had... Well, not getting a speeding ticket. Would be kind of cool if we actually could deliver to, like, Cape Canaveral. Yeah, this is definitely done way over. So I want to give big thanks to Bob for recommending or asking if we can get down to the Florida Keys today. I wanted to go to Florida, but he said the Keys, and luckily enough, we got delivered to go to the Keys. I did not know they did this over. Oh, there's a cop around me somewhere, so I better... I was just zooming along. Luckily, at the bottom of the screen, it was showing red. I'm like, oh, am I going over the speed limit? Oh, there's a muddy cruise ship. Where am I bringing this to? Signature flight support, maybe. Gotta go down the road a little bit more. I think this is where we're going. See a lot of blinking lights in here. Airport personnel and authorized vehicles only behind this point. Well, we're at the airport. And where am I delivering this to? Am I delivering it on the runway? All right. Let's get up and walk a bit. Oh, it's got to be delivered. That is a interesting parking spot, but I think we can make it work. Can I drive through this guy? Because if I just drive on through, that might be easier. It's a marine traffic tower. Is there a way of copying over my controls from one profile to another? In ATS? I'm not sure if this is collidable with a person. He's fine. He's perfectly fine. There's no way I'm going to get this in here on the first try. Although that wasn't too bad. And you know what? I'm going to take that. In Stoner, do you have to be on the same map as a vehicle if I want to send it to another? In SnowRunner, to bring vehicles from one garage to another, the vehicle has to be in the garage, and then you have to retain it or store it. Then you can go to another map or another region, go to your garage, go to storage, and then retain it. Hopefully I said that correctly. Yes, an ATS, like all my bindings to my wheel. Well, I mean, if you already got your bindings set in ATS on your wheel, when you start up another profile, the bindings are going to be the same. If that's what you're referring to, it's kind of like Farming Simulator. When you go from one map to another, you don't have to reset all your bindings there, unless you're asking your key bindings from like Farming Simulator over to ATS key bindings. Then you have to do it all over again. Just going to hit continue, and we are going to fast forward to the morning hours. We're just going to stay parked here at the airport because why not? So G underscore set underscore time, and we'll go to 6 a.m. So it's a Wednesday, so it should say Thursday 6 a.m. And it's raining again? What's with all the flippin' rain in the morning? I mean, I understand I'm in the Florida Keys here, so that might be expected. We have $106,000 in the bank account. No external contracts in Florida, so that's not going to work. So we can go to North Carolina. Don't think I can get that done in one day. Jackson, Florida. Oklahoma, Virginia, Arkansas, New Mexico. That'd be one heck of a drive, man. I think we just go up to Jacksonville. Kind of a short little jaunt. Tandems. And it pays pretty well. Ooh, look at the price on that. $8.89 per mile compared to $3.59. We'll just take this one here. No, this is on ATS. It seems like when I start a new profile, I have to reset all of my bindings. Like look left, look right, turn signals. Interesting. I don't have that problem in ATS, having to reset bindings. I have that problem in SnowRunner, where every once in a while I log into SnowRunner and all my key bindings are not even there. And I have to do all my key bindings over. But I don't have that problem in ATS. Yeah, let's go get this load. I don't even know what the heck the load is. Wait, am I actually picking up the load here? Because it says 0 miles to my destination. Is it actually a here? Because I wasn't even trying to get out of the same place. Oh, I'm already at the location I want to be at. Well, that's kind of convenient. And which trailer is mine? Well, right there. Okay. Well, I should actually, in this case, say what trailers are mine. All right, Cindy, lock and load. What do I got here? 35,000 pounds of cheese. Well, I've started new profiles, and I never had to reset all my key bindings. Before I go, I'm going to put this in neutral for a second. Let me check the map. Maybe we will drive around the keys. Yeah, so I'm going to actually go around this way so we can actually just do the circle. And then we'll head back out. Oh. There's actually a garage in the Florida Keys. That would be interesting. There is a fuel depot down here. Maybe I'll stop there and get some fuel. And then we'll head out of the Keys. I mean, I will be honest. It has been a while since I started a new profile in ATS. But I don't think I've ever had to do all my key bindings over. So it's not just me, key bindings and all the settings have changed, carried over for you as well? Ooh, let's hop in here and grab some fuel. Wonder what diesel fuel goes for in the Florida Keys. $3.74. All right. Well, the Florida Keys have been fun, Cindy. But unfortunately, it's raining. So that takes away some of it. All right, Jim, enjoy the rest of your Friday, but the weekend's just about here for you. And enjoy your weekend as well. wonder how owning a garage in the Keys, how profitable that might be. And who would not want that to be their home garage? I need to get in that left lane. Yep, I can get over there now. I'll say goodbye to the Florida Keys. I don't know when I'll be back here again. Do I have to stop there? I don't know if there was a stop sign there or not. Need this rain to go away so we can enjoy the beauty of the Keys with a clear blue sky as the sun rises. Hate when the speed limit goes from like 55, then you gotta slow down to 35 for about 100 yards, not even. Try to always keep a copy of the key bindings just in case. I do the same thing for like Farming Simulator. I copy the key bindings files, and I got a folder on one of my hard drives I just call backups. So I do have like backup saves to like some of my Let's Plays for Farm Sim, key bindings for... I mean, I had a backup file for key bindings in ATS, but definitely have it for Farm Sim, because Farm Sim definitely does seem to change your key bindings once in a while. I also do that for mods in Farming Simulator. I will copy the zip file before I edit it, the zip file myself. Sometimes I forget to save the backup file for like updating mods on the mod hub. Because as we all know, sometimes you do an update in the mod hub and it's like, oh, I don't like that update. I wish I could go back to the older version. So unless you save the older zip file, you're kind of up the creek without a paddle on that. I'm going to zip out here and maybe get around some of this traffic. What's the speed limit through? I thought the speed limit was going to be 35. I'm hauling cheese, but, 35,000 pounds, that's the average weight, usually. Oh, we got some construction up here. You agree with the mod updates? That's why you don't update. I mean, yeah, if you really like the mod and Farm Sim, and you're unsure what the update is, I usually copy the zip file, put it in my backup folder, update it to the mod hub, see what it's like. Any idea what I'll be streaming tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to be back on Sunset Motel. That's the game we played yesterday. So Sunset Motel, like I said, that's what I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. That's the game we streamed yesterday. Got early access to that game, which comes out on the 18th of April. We ended yesterday by buying the gym. And we need to get the gym up and going and get some more rooms done. Upgrade some more rooms. Where in the U.S. is Pensacola? There's a Pensacola. Seems like I'm getting all the stoplights. Pensacola. There's Pensacola. I was wondering if it was on the map, but there's Pensacola, if that's what you meant. Cindy, can you see over there what's going on? Seems like I've gotten a lot of rain today. And last I knew, my setting for precipitation is like at 10%. Don't remember that work zone being there on the way down. Ah, yes, the rain's coming to an end. I like the little fuel stations down here in the Keys. Damn, Crystal, no need to shout. We can hear you. Either you're really excited about you're getting snow, or you're really frustrated that you're getting snow. I would say coming down to the Keys, it's a definite speeding ticket waiting to happen with going up to 55 down to 35. 55, 35. But we're almost out of the Keys. We're almost up to Key Largo. Saw that copper sitting there just waiting to pounce on someone. Oh, back down to 35 again? Boy, my brakes really work there. .35 on a road like this is hard to not go faster. Alright, Farmer G, thanks for being here. Hope you have a good rest of your Friday. Watch the money when you go grocery shopping. It's really expensive these days. Now, driving down to the Keys, you constantly got to keep your eye on the speed limit. Unless you got fines turned off and you don't care, then that doesn't matter. Once we get into Miami, I think that will be where we can really rev up this engine, and we'll get our way up to Jacksonville. Loan payment. Airplane, anyone? I need to go to the right. Looks like I'm just stuck cruising at 45 miles an hour all the way out of the Keys into middle of Florida. I should at least get out of the fast lane, I guess. Let's see if I can remember where 13th gear is. Jacksonville, already seeing it on the billboards. Alright, I think I can set the cruise control at 70. We're going to be fine for a little while. Hello, Biggles. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday so far. Thank you for popping on in. Anyone else that has this recently popped in, we are wondering where we might be. We are in Florida, Then we're just coming out of the Keys. We made a delivery all the way down to the Keys, and now we're on our way to Jacksonville. And this part of the map is part of the Coast to Coast mod that we use, or at least I use. Starting to see a lot of food billboards, and I have not ate nothing yet today. I'm starting to get hungry. Ooh, $10,000 by Harry P. Harry P's making up for... I think when I started today, Harry P went back to the main garage, or his garage, with no loads. So that makes up for it a little bit. Cars to the left of me, cars to the right. Here you are, stuck in the middle with me. We are going up the east coast of Florida. Jacksonville's more on the east coast. Guessing those are probably orange trees over there. It is kind of cool in this Freightliner how it's got that little indicator by the side mirror. Let me know there's traffic over there. I don't think it gives me the indicator if the traffic is still beside my trailer, but I think it's just for when it's beside my truck. Pickles, welcome back for being a channel member. Very much appreciated. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you. Daytona Beach and Jacksonville. Another 140 miles to go, and we'll be right into Jacksonville. I'm going to the Dollar General. Just trying to picture that locale and trying to figure out how I'm going to park this in Dollar General. If it's a footprint I'm thinking of for Dollar General, it's going to be kind of difficult. Even for a tandem trailer. But we'll get it in there one way or another. And we'll get paid just under $2,000. At least we haven't gotten rain for the entire day when we drive, but it seems like every morning we woke up in this stream it's been raining. Usually when I get under 100 miles on a trip and I'm on an interstate, I start thinking about making sure I get over to the far right lane just to prepare myself for an exit. But at the same time, then you get like that right-hand lane where that's an exit only, and that's not my exit. And now I am in just the right-hand lane. Anyone on the inside? No, no one's on the inside. What does this say here? That's Daytona International Speedway. Well, I'm not going to go race. Looks like that's the airport. I was wondering if I could actually see the raceway. For those who don't know, Daytona International Speedway, that's a 2.5 mile oval, or tri-oval, racetrack. Palm Coast, there's the one that I delivered to. I want to say it was about a year ago, where I did a delivery from Seattle, Washington down to Palm Coast. And that was like a 3.5 hour episode. Yep. 41 miles to go to Jacksonville. Probably the next exit is mine. I need to just merge on over nicely at some point. Although I'm not seeing our exit just yet. I'll race this pickup truck. Now I see my exit. But welcome to Jacksonville. Almost, I guess. Okay, so apparently I haven't been to Jacksonville before? Again, I'm looking for the Dollar General. Stoplights are little... Oh. Yeah, those stoplights probably need to stick a little bit further than that. They don't quite light up with the lanes, but that sometimes happens. So we were down to about, what, 20,000 after buying the truck today? For our driver in St. Louis, we're already back up to 123. Ooh, I got a green light. Was not expecting that. Dollar General straight ahead. And I got another green light if I get there in time. Before I attempt to pull in here, where am I going with this thing? Alright, so it's the footprint of the building I was thinking of. And I was wondering where they're going to have me park here, because I don't usually take tandem trailers. So hopefully I get this on the first try, because if I don't, backing up is going to be... Well, that's not going to happen. Can't really see the markers on the ground when it's this bright out. But it worked out. Do I ever do runs in Georgia? I probably have. We went through Georgia today because we're in Florida. But, I mean, if you look at the world map, I mean, this is what I covered in Georgia. I can't remember the last time I actually took a delivery to or from Georgia, but I've been through Georgia quite a bit. But currently we are at a Dollar General in Jacksonville, Florida, with our lovely little Freightliner. Let's go see driver manager, and we'll scroll on down. We'll see how our new driver, how they are doing. And wow, already they got 2 more skill points since we bought them. I bought a driver. Since we hired a driver today, so we got 2 more skill points in him. If we see his driver's log, so he went from St. Louis to Joplin, which is, you know, that's across the state, then back to St. Louis, and now he went to Des Moines. Yeah, so he's doing pretty well for himself. Do I have any drivers? I think I got a lot of drivers returning with nothing right now. That's interesting. Eva is going from Denver down to Key West. Interesting. So she's going right where we are currently at. But I don't have that problem that I had about 2 years ago where I had drivers in one garage not going anywhere. Yeah, looks like all my drivers are doing just fine. How are we doing per weekly? Almost $330,000 now as a company for the week. Which, yeah, it's almost like getting 2 trucks now. Buying almost 2 trucks per week, which is not bad. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for today. 3.5 hours of driving. We did start the day in Missouri and got down to the Keys in Florida. Now we're heading back out of Florida. Where we go from here, I have no idea. As for, because usually American Truck Simulator I have on Sunday. Yeah, I've been streaming every day for like the past 2 weeks. So I may stream ATS on Sunday, may not, all depends. But of course I will be back tomorrow streaming Sunset Motel, and that's the game we streamed yesterday. And if you don't know what that game is, you can check out my stream I did yesterday. It's a game that comes out on the 18th of April of running a motel, basically. So we'll be back tomorrow with streaming Sunset Motel and seeing what more that game has to offer. Because at the end of yesterday's stream, like I mentioned earlier, we just bought the gym. So we got to refurbish the gym. And I'm hoping also tomorrow we can get to maybe a 4-star motel. And we can get some workers and maybe a receptionist so I don't have to deal with the people at the desk. And also maybe get the sauna as well. But as for ATS today, like I said, we were in Missouri and got down here. We bought ourselves another truck, another driver, so that's all good. So appreciate everyone showing up today, enjoying some trucking on Friday. And yeah, if you're still here and if you haven't done so yet, you want to help me out, hitting that thumbs up button does more than you know. Thumbs down button's there as well. You can hit that if you'd like to. Leave a comment as to why you hit the thumbs down button so I can make the streams better for you next time. And also, if you're new here and you like seeing this kind of content, you might want to think about hitting the subscribe or notification bell so you don't miss out more content like this. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow for Sunset Motel. As if you're just here for ATS, I usually have an episode. I'm either going to live stream it, have a video, or not have nothing on Sunday. Because, like I said, I haven't had a day off now in a couple of weeks. So we'll see how I feel when the weekend comes. But anyways, I appreciate, again, everyone being here. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow. But until then, have a good one.